I, 30 female, had to protect his niece from a Pitbull, and my husband, male 31, ran off.
No.
The Pitbull came out of nowhere and latched onto his niece,
Oh my gosh.
who's only 5 years old. I told him to get our bear spray from the house. I was in a panic. My husband ran, but not towards the house. He literally ran out the fence gate and shut it behind him. I haven't spoken to my husband for a full week, even though we live in the same house. Should I be able to chalk this up to in-the-moment panic? I don't even know if I want to hear him out. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Thread HQ. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Patrice.
And today we're getting into some very interesting and kind of wild relationship stories.
Relationship dilemmas.
That's right. It's going to be fun. Let's get into it.
This story is from the subreddit Relationships. It was posted 8 years ago by BF's best friend X.
Okay.
The title is My 25 female, boyfriend 26 male, of 10 months is best friends with his ex.
Oh boy.
And she's a 20-something female.
Okay.
She refuses to meet me and it's getting weird.
Oh, okay.
So that's the title.
Okay. These never turn out well.
Yeah. Seriously. Okay, I started dating my boyfriend Jeff 10 months ago. This relationship has been amazing so far, and I definitely see a future with him. There's just one problem. He has a weird relationship with his ex that's starting to make me really uncomfortable and suspicious.
Of course.
When we started dating, he often talked about his best friend Jenna, who he also owns a business with. He made it pretty clear that she was an important person to him. I knew they had spent vacations together, and he mentioned hanging out with her parents a few times too. A few weeks after I met him, I creeped through all his pictures on Facebook, because who doesn't do that with someone they just started dating? And saw a bunch of very coupley pictures of him and Jenna. I also found her Instagram and looked through it, and it's filled with pictures of Jeff.
Somebody's in love.
Yeah. A bunch of them had the hashtag relationship goals and other similar things. So in this way, I figured out that they had dated. I kept waiting for him to tell me that himself, but he never did. About 2 months after we started dating, I straight up asked him if he had dated her, and he admitted it. He said that they had met in school and had similar ideals and ambitions. They dated for 9 months and broke up a year and a half ago. I asked him why they'd broken up, and he said their relationship was awful and they worked much better as friends. They started their business after they broke up.
Wow.
And things have apparently been going well between them since then. I started to get kind of suspicious about her, though, as time passed and I still hadn't met her. I met his friends and family pretty soon after we started dating, but I didn't meet Jenna. I went to numerous social events that I'd expect her to be at, but she was never there. There were a number of occasions when our paths almost crossed, and I really thought I was going to meet her, but I never did. For example, I went to their office a few times to meet Jeff after work, and Jenna was already gone. Or sometimes I'd come to meet him, and he'd come outside to meet me so I wouldn't have to go inside. Things started to get really weird about 3 months ago. Jeff and Jenna were having an open house night one evening. Jeff came over to my place after work, and we had a few hours to kill before it was time to go. So we went out for dinner and then walked to the office. I was kind of expecting that I'd come in and help them set up, but when we were a block away, he started asking me if I had lots of work to do and saying there was a really nice coffee shop nearby. He actually walked me to the coffee shop and sat me down, then left to go get ready with Jenna. He told me to come to the office in an hour and a half. About half an hour before I left for the office, I texted Jeff and said I hoped everything was going well and asked if there was anything I could do. He replied and said, "Something's come up for Jenna and she can't be here tonight."
Of course.
I was getting really suspicious at this point. I went to the office half an hour later, and sure enough, Jenna wasn't there. People kept asking about her all night, and Jeff told them she'd had a family emergency. When we walked back to the car later that night, He told me what happened. While he and Jenna were getting ready, she had a panic attack and said she was scared to meet me.
Interesting.
She said she wouldn't be able to handle it and either had to leave or he had to tell me not to come.
What?
He told her to leave, so she did. Since then, a couple more weird things have happened, and I still haven't met Jenna.
Oh my gosh, of course.
Once when I was hanging out with Jeff, we went to the office so he could grab something. When we were almost there, he looked at his phone and said, "Jenna's still here. Let's just go for a walk." So we walked around the block for half an hour, then came back when she was gone.
Okay.
After that happened, I told Jeff I felt really uncomfortable with the situation. I could respect that they were friends who had dated, but the way she was acting about me was very suspicious. He apologized and said he had actually been really mad at her, but wasn't sure what to do. He also told me a couple other weird stories about things she'd done. He went to a party a few weeks ago. I didn't go, and his phone died that night. When he got home and charged his phone, it was full of texts from Jenna saying she was outside in her car and asking if I was there or not.
Oh gosh.
She actually never ended up going to the party simply because she didn't know if I was there or not.
Wow.
Now here's the kicker. Jeff and Jenna are currently on a 2-week-long camping trip.
What? Okay. Oh gosh.
They've been planning this trip since before I met him, but considering the way she's behaved, I feel very uncomfortable about him being on this trip.
Yeah.
I just looked at her Instagram, and she's posted 5 new pictures of him. As awesome as Jeff is, I'm really fed up with this, and I'm seriously considering breaking things off when he gets back. Am I being unreasonable?
Absolutely not.
No.
That's wild. Like, she should have just, like, snuck and just showed up randomly and be like, "Hey, like, I'm here. Oh, nice to meet you," and just be like, oh, hi, or something like, or something. I don't know. Yeah, definitely red flags. Like,
I think the whole situation is weird from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I would feel uncomfortable, first of all, just dating somebody who is business partners with their ex.
Yeah. Same.
Like, that's a
like they
weird...
dated.
That's a weird situation.
We're just friends. We dated for a while, but we're just friends. And we're business partners.
Yeah.
Which they say is like, almost like being in a second marriage.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Business partners is
that's
like,
true.
You're very...
You have to be like very close. Constantly in contact with each other.
Constantly around each other, like you're...
Yeah.
Building this thing together.
They dated for 9 months, which is like a pretty good amount of time. Yeah. You know? I just think anytime you date somebody, it's like I've never had success being in a relationship, breaking it off, and then being friends with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, it's just never...
No.
There's always feelings there.
Yeah.
Like lingering feelings.
Like just being friends, it just does not work.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there are like very rare exceptions, but I think for most people, like...
At least on one end, usually someone has feelings still.
Yeah.
And so
like that would be a big red flag to me right off the bat. And the fact that he wasn't really upfront about it.
Yeah.
Like it took 2 months into dating and he never actually told her, "Oh yeah, my business partner is my ex."
Yeah.
And she had to bring it up to him.
Yeah.
For him to actually admit it.
Yeah. And then on top of that, she just like doesn't want to meet her and keeps avoiding her, and it's like, why is she being so weird?
Yeah.
Like, if you guys are just friends, like, why are you like so nervous to meet me? And
yeah. Just
be weird.
There's a couple things possibly going on, like she's still got feelings for him.
Yeah.
Or she's jealous.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Territorial.
Or something, yeah.
Maybe. Somebody said, "You're not being unreasonable at all, and I can understand why you feel so upset about the whole situation. If I were you, I'd be asking Jeff a few questions. Does he know the root issue of why she doesn't want to meet you? Is she like this with anyone else? Explain to him that the situation is upsetting you and that you aren't comfortable with him going on a 2-week vacation with her."
Yeah.
She is, after all, his ex-girlfriend, and the whole thing strikes me as a little strange. Maybe,
Just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe you could talk about meeting Jenna with Jeff present in a quieter mutual place like a cafe or restaurant. If Jeff was my boyfriend, I'd be looking for answers. Best of luck to you, and please post an update. There's not an update, though.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Why?
And then she says, it's kind of reassuring to hear that other people don't think I'm being unreasonable. The thing is, it seems so obvious to us, but I have been in situations before where I just really like this person so much that it kind of clouds your judgment.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, this is the most amazing relationship I've ever had. So,
so far.
And you just like don't want to give it up.
Yeah.
I have actually asked him if he knows why she's being like this, and he says he's asked her the same thing and hasn't gotten a clear answer. He said he's asked her if she still has feelings for him, and she said no. I'm like,
but maybe.
Yeah.
Did she ever say who broke up with who, or was it mutual?
I guess it didn't really say.
Oh.
But when she asked him why they broke up, he said that they were just awful. Like,
together?
They were awful together, and they were better as friends. They
found
out they were better as friends.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it kind of sounds mutual, but we don't really know all the details.
Yeah.
They're actually already on their trip, so there's not much I can do about it at this point. I think I'll try probing him a bit more when he gets back and see if he might know more than he's telling me about her behavior. And then somebody else says, you're not only not being unreasonable, but you have put up with way more than most other people would have.
Yeah.
I would have noped out of there when I found her Instagram and realized he didn't tell you that he had dated her. Not to mention all the crazy, over-the-top nonsense she's pulled since. And he is going on a 2-week-long trip with this girl? So much nope.
Sketchy. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this person makes a good point. They say, I think trusting your gut in a situation like this is important. You raise a lot of flags. Why should your boyfriend be protecting her by making you walk around the block for 30 minutes or sitting in a cafe for 90?
Yeah.
It makes no sense unless he cares more about her feelings, her getting hurt. He's willing to inconvenience you to accommodate some frankly extreme reactions on Jenna's part. Yeah, I think that's a good point.
Me too.
You know, you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who is willing to
put you first.
Yeah, who's not prioritizing you.
Yeah. Definitely weird.
Yeah.
There's probably feelings there still on both ends. Even if it's like just not like
under
super
the
strong,
surface.
maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're both like
denying it,
but they're like, I'm still attracted to you, you know, but we didn't work well together, but we're business partners and we're like really good friends, and there's that attraction there. There's got to be some attraction still, you know, like
exactly.
I mean, if they, you know.
I mean, that's the thing that I don't understand, because even if, like, for me, almost every breakup I've had, it's like I'm still attracted to the person and I still even like them to a certain degree, but we just know that we're not good for each other.
Yeah.
You know, or you know that they're not good for you.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes if you've started dating somebody else, it's good to you just want to like fully cut contact, because you don't want to mess around with that.
And even if you're just friends, you're still going to be attracted to them.
Yeah.
Like grand majority of the time, at least in my experience, like you're going to be attracted to
or
this
like
person.
just like
you know,
they're obviously invested in each other.
Yeah.
And that is getting in the way of his relationship.
Yeah.
So interesting. But somebody else told an experience, said, my fiance had a female bestie when we met. They had been friends since high school, dated for 3 months, and called it off because she treated him terribly when they dated. Stupidly, he stayed friends with her, believing they could just be friends.
Wow.
As soon as he and I got serious, she got uber territorial. Then she started making excuses to only see him alone.
Okay.
I met her once, she flirted with him in front of me, ignored me, and then tried to constantly monopolize his time by having personal crises.
Wow.
Just like Jenna and her panic attacks
Oh, gosh.
at meeting you. Eventually, she cut him out, and that's when other friends told us that all along she has been saying that she dumped him, not the other way around, and that she had slept with every single guy in their group and snubbed every single one of their girlfriends. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting too, because that's a good point. Like, she could be monopolizing his time by having personal crises, like having those panic attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come spend time with me or pay attention to me or something. All right, so this next one is pretty wild. It was from r/relationship advice. It's from user throwra_some_device. And it was posted in Best of Redditor updates after it was posted in relationship advice.
It's got to be a good one then.
Yeah. The title is, I, 30 female, had to protect his niece from a pit bull, and my husband, male 31, ran off.
No.
I have been ignoring him. Is this something that I should be forgiving him for? Let's see. Okay. I'm going to start with this. I'm still a bit traumatized, and I will be finding someone to talk to. And friends made this account for me because I am not a frequenter. Don't know if the pit bull made it. I haven't asked. My husband and his niece and nephew and I were in our backyard. I'm going to assume our gate was open. I can't remember. The pit bull came out of nowhere and latched onto his niece.
Oh my gosh.
Who's only 5 years old.
Oh.
The niece screamed. I turned, kicked it with all the force I could manage. I was lucky enough to hit it in the jaw somewhere that made its jaw dislodge.
Wow. She's so brave.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
My husband, who had been a few feet away, shouted something along the lines of, "Whose dog is this?" I told him to get our bear spray from the house. I was in a panic. I'm an animal lover, but it was so insane. The pit bull seemed almost rabid.
Yeah.
I don't think it was in hindsight. It wasn't foaming at the mouth. It was just crazed. My husband ran, but not towards the house. He literally ran out the fence gate and shut it behind him.
Wait, so they're in the backyard? Or are they in the front yard?
I think they're in the backyard.
Then why is there a pit bull? Is it there?
I think the gate was left open. And
Okay.
Pit bull just like came
Wandered
into
into their backyard.
Yeah, something like that. He literally ran out the fence gate and shut it behind him, not towards his niece or nephew. Just ran out. Who was also present in an outdoor bassinet that I managed to all but toss onto the picnic table to make sure it was out of the dog's reach, while holding his niece to my shoulder.
What about a bassinet?
The nephew was in a bassinet, so it was like a little baby. Like,
oh my gosh.
she like saved the baby, saved the
Oh my gosh.
niece. You know, did that, saved the bassinet while holding the niece
Yeah.
to her shoulder. So
Trying
the
to
dog,
get away from
trying
the
to,
dog.
like, fight the dog off.
Like kick the dog off.
By herself. I put her on the barbecue to keep her out of reach, but the dog was literally jumping and snapping. And I was worried that if I tried to carry her, I'm short, it would have managed to grab her out of my hands. It chased me when I ran for the shovel, but then I swung at it. And I swung until it stopped. I don't think I will ever forget the sound or feeling. It was so high stress, I didn't even realize that it had bit me twice. So it bit her too in the process.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't spoken to my husband for a full week, even though we live in the same house. I didn't ask where he went. He only came back a few minutes later to pack us into the car and drive us to the hospital. Like, where'd he go? He's getting angry that I'm giving him the silent treatment, but I feel like it's his fault that I had to possibly end that animal. If he had gotten the bear spray, I literally keep it in my purse for if I am ever attacked by an animal or otherwise. Then I don't think I would have needed to do what I did. It was literally just inside the door. He knows where I keep it. Instead, he literally took off to goodness knows where. Me and 2 children that I'm not even related to could have died. It might not even be relevant, but I don't even like kids. I am staunchly child-free, and he is the one that offered us to babysit for the weekend.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Is this grounds for divorce? I'm not sure I can even look at him. Any attraction I had to him is pretty much gone. He tried to touch me yesterday just to move so he could pass, and I smacked his hand away without even thinking about it, like he was some stranger at a bar because it was literally jarring.
Wow.
He's just been skulking around trying to talk to me, then getting frustrated, then skulking more. I wasn't expecting him to be macho and fist fight the freaking dog, but at least follow instruction. At least not leave me in a life and death situation with a toddler and an infant.
Yeah, seriously.
Should I be able to chalk this up to in the moment panic? I don't even know if I want to hear him out. So, isn't that crazy? What would you feel?
I would feel awful. I would be so mad.
Yeah.
And terrified.
Yeah.
And
It was just crazy that he just like abandoned her like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
like if you did that to me. I mean, yeah, traditionally.
Yeah. Like traditional or not, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not, say, a traditional like couple where you try to be the man.
Okay, sometimes there are couples where the woman is more masculine and she's more like, maybe she has taken fighting classes and she's really buff or something, you know.
But like you want to both look out for each other.
Yeah.
Like your partner, even if you're both, whoever's in trouble, the other one should be like helping them, you know, or something. I don't know. Although I feel like if it happened, I would be like, get out of here.
Yeah, I feel like you would tell me to get out of there, but
and I would say run.
But I would not like even me personally, if there were children around, I would not feel good about. Like I would probably take the kids and run and get out of there while you got the shovel and like fought off the dog.
Yeah, but the dog would probably be following you, would just be the hard thing.
That's true.
Maybe you could.
But we would work on it as a team. Like we would be, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Just crazy.
I don't think, I mean, she says, is this grounds for divorce? And personally, like, I mean, we're not ones to say at the first thing, just like divorce somebody. You know, I think that you should fight for your marriage.
Yeah.
You know, do everything you can to fight for your marriage. But
I also understand her losing attraction.
Yeah.
You know, this is my partner who's not going to like stand up for me when it really counts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not going to like watch out for me. It's just like,
well, but that is something like, you know, I think in marriage that does happen. Like various things can happen where you just lose attraction completely for your partner because of a mistake they've made. But I do think sometimes people deserve redemption. Yeah. You know. Or maybe they don't deserve it, but, you know.
If I were this guy, I'd be like, okay, I got to figure out how to face my fears, you know? It's time to like, you know, if my wife or girlfriend, whatever, my partner and my kids are in trouble, like, I need to protect them and not just run away. You know, like, that's kind of messed up, in my opinion.
Is there an update at all?
Yes, there were some. There's an update.
Okay.
Well, first, I was going to read some comments.
Oh, okay.
One commenter said, if it makes you feel better, that dog would have been considered dangerous and put down either way. You defended yourself and the children from an unprovoked attack. You were so courageous and saved the kids' lives. Be proud of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, she was so courageous.
I know.
She was so brave.
She's like worried about if she killed the dog, you know, and it's just like, well, I mean, you freaking defending yourselves and the kids, you know.
Yeah.
Just like, OP responded and said, I know that consciously, I think, but thank you for saying that because I just feel so terrible. Like, you know, about the dog.
Yeah.
This commenter said, he absolutely might do it again. Would you feel differently if he told you that he was bitten by a dog when he was small and he just couldn't stop himself from running away? I'm not trying to excuse him. People have flaws and you have to decide if you can tolerate them or not. And that person was downvoted. OP responded, no, I wouldn't really, seeing as I was attacked pretty badly by a dog when I was young, about 10 to 11, I still have scars on my thigh.
Wow.
I still like dogs, and I would like to think I still react appropriately in this situation. Those kids could have died. I could barely stomach explaining his niece's injuries to his sister. I was bawling, apologizing that I didn't do more. I can't imagine if something worse had happened.
Yeah.
Then,
it's just like, oh, man.
Yeah.
It's hard not, you know, like, you want to, I want to give him like a little bit of compassion because, we're human and we make mistakes. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you're such a coward.
Like, why are you such a coward, man?
Like,
that's so lame. Freaking grow a pair. OP responded to a longer comment. They said, we used to camp. I had trusted that he would be able to react appropriately. Also, he doesn't have any childhood incidents regarding animals that I know of. I actually do. I was attacked by a German Shepherd pretty badly, but I still like dogs. So, she had a pretty good response, even though she had, trauma or whatever.
Yeah.
Another commenter said, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Everyone reacts differently to threat or stress. In the middle of a crisis, some people panic and cannot follow instruction or even hear instruction. Mm-hmm. They're just in flight or freeze. These reactions aren't really something we can control. I mean, you don't even like kids and your instinct was to protect and fight.
Yeah.
I'd talk to him about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree, I'd talk to him about it, but yeah, I do think that's true. They were downvoted, by the way, this comment.
Yeah, but there's gotta be...
But, you gotta address that, it's like something, you gotta figure out how to get yourself to react differently,
Yeah.
Put yourself in some dangerous situations or, train to act, and react instead of just run away.
There's got to be something you can do to train yourself,
Yeah.
And I mean,
that's what I would be doing.
Not everyone has the traditional relationship like we said, but also it's look at you versus me. I'm a small girl,
Yeah.
It's if we got in a precarious or a situation like that and you just totally abandoned me.
Yeah. It's well, you're dead or whatever, you're screwed. OP responded. They said, I'm trying to. I keep telling myself to try and then I see him and I remember him freaking running. I don't know if I want to be with someone whose reaction is flight at all, even if it comes naturally.
Yeah.
And then one more thought from OP. They said, if his niece and nephew had died, I just don't think anyone could give a darn about his instincts.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because they could have. Yeah, it's if they died, it's dude, who cares? Don't be a coward. I don't know. It just, all of my respect for a person would just go away.
Yeah.
Something like that. I think that's the issue is it's really hard to respect your man, if he's reacting like that. When these kids are in danger, you're in danger.
Yeah.
And his reaction is just abandon,
Yeah.
Good luck, just
Yeah.
I mean, who cares?
I guess we don't really know until we're in the situation itself, but I feel I would not, as a woman, I'm I would not abandon two little children to a Pitbull,
Yeah. One more person said, which I thought was a dumb comment, they're why should he have to protect you? Would you protect him? Just she was literally...
She was protecting. She was being
protecting the kids and
she was
fighting
being
back.
The protector in that
she's
situation.
She's literally doing exactly that.
She was being very brave and courageous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm man, I hope I would be that brave in that situation.
Yeah. OP said, I expect us to protect each other. I guess it was what I meant.
Just don't run away. You don't need to be the hero of the century, but just don't run away.
Yeah. Save them. Take them with you. Take the kids with you or something. Yeah.
Just try to do something to help,
Yeah. She said, I didn't expect him to take one for the team. I expected him to have my back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
have each other's backs.
Yeah, exactly. Traditional or not, that's how it should be,
Yeah.
All right, so update 2 days later. My friend said that people update often, but I don't know how to attach it to the other post. I thought I'd update since there had been a few things that happened, kinda. Sorry if this is needlessly long, and I didn't expect this to get this many comments and kindnesses. And I want to say I'm so sorry to everyone that has experienced anything similar because, my gosh, it has not been easy. For everyone worried about my mental health, I did get in an appointment through an app with my work yesterday because I decided I really needed it and labeled it high priority. However, it feels it was just a parliamentary or formal meeting, and she said she wanted to get me to feeling a bit more comfortable because I was visibly tensing up whenever I started talking about it. And she even noticed it through the video chat. So I think they met with like a therapist or something. Last night, also, I told my husband I needed space. I apologize that I don't have more of an update on our relationship than that. I wasn't as nice as I wanted to be. He argued and didn't want to leave. It's my house. But I told him I just didn't want to look at him and that I couldn't look at him. He cried, and I hate that I felt apathetic towards it. I haven't slept well, so I'm not sure if I'm also just extra tired and still so shaken, though. I was also emotionally exhausted after the appointment, so that might have added to it. I got a few questions about his sister and her husband, so I thought I'd answer. They aren't speaking to him. I don't know when it happened. I was definitely out of it at the hospital while I was getting the stitches and everything, but I do think after I was done blubbering and trying to explain how something so terrible happened to their little girl under our watch, they apparently asked him where he was. I still haven't talked to him about where he went, so I don't know. However, it clearly didn't satisfy them.
Wow.
His niece just got out of the hospital yesterday, so that really triggered everything, and a lot happened. I had sent flowers and a bear and this one toy thing she'd been asking about. I didn't go to the hospital, though. I was scared seeing me would make her nervous. But his sister and her husband sent me flowers too, and it made me bawl again.
Oh.
I'm just freaking a mess, honestly. The father sent me a long message that I haven't been able to get through, but it's the sweetest thing anyone's ever sent to me. He also sent me a $1,000 Visa card, or she says 1K Visa card, which I'm guessing is 1,000, or maybe 1,000 pounds. I'm not sure if this is like in England or something.
Yeah.
I literally thought I was reading the amount wrong. They are good people, and I still feel terrible I couldn't have done more for her. Everything's just replaying in my head. Anyway, I obviously haven't looked into filing yet, but I am not against the idea of it, and it really did help me feel better about wanting a divorce over this. I know fight or flight can't be helped, but now I think I realize that it's okay not to want to be with someone who would leave you behind. I think I can say I'm a fighter, and I want a fighter with me.
Wow.
Maybe he'd be better off with a runner instead, too.
Oh, man.
Someone who can run with him. Then he at least wouldn't be leaving someone behind. I don't know. It feels like I'm done. But I'm also just a mess, so right now I'm just glad I have space. Thank you for everyone making me feel like I wasn't being ridiculous, though. I think it always feels like it should be multiple issues that tear a marriage apart, unless it's infidelity or something. And it's like I know he may not have meant to betray me, but he still did. Whatever his reasoning, not sure when I'll be speaking to him, but I will try to update then.
She's a fighter, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely
She's
a fighter.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it is hard because like pit bulls can be really dangerous, and they could have died.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she could have died, the kids could have died. So basically he was running off and leaving them to potentially die.
Yeah.
So that does feel like a betrayal.
Or it could have been way worse. Even if they didn't die, it could have just like maimed them for life.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I definitely even though I am definitely one to say like fight for your marriage, it's also like I can see why she's really.
Yeah. To me, I'm like, I would hope that she would do everything she could to like fix things.
And to discuss
or he
it
would,
and to
maybe
see
he
if
would
he
do
could
everything to like remedy things, but
Yeah.
I also understand if she like just can't see him the same, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, you're married to a coward. Like
Yeah.
That's tough.
In a way, like I'm thinking about, because we haven't heard this from his perspective, and I'm thinking about like how
what was going through his head.
What is going through his head? And I mean, he cried.
Where did he go?
Yeah, where
That's
did he
the thing.
go?
We never, we didn't get an update about.
Didn't find out about that. And he must feel so humiliated.
Yeah.
Like he must feel like a coward or feel like awful.
Yeah. Probably.
Hopefully that helps him change
in
some way. I don't know. It would be interesting to hear that story from his perspective. What was he doing?
Exactly.
Did he have a reason for doing that? I don't know.
Who knows?
Was he gonna go get something?
Maybe. Or like running to go get help, or I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I just don't see a good reason other than grabbing like the mace, going to get the bear spray and then coming back, but he didn't come back like.
But she said there was a shovel nearby. Like, why wouldn't he have grabbed that? Why would he leave them? Why wouldn't he stay?
Yeah.
to try and, you know.
So she had to do all that. And he just ran off, disappeared, closed the door. Like,
Close the gate.
Close the gate. Like, why would you close the gate? You know, if anything, like leave the gate open so the dog can chase after you or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Or
like, so the it's just close the gate, lock them in there with the dog. It's just like, dude.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Just a couple more comments I want to read. A commenter said, I'm so sorry you went through such a horrible experience. It sounds like the parents are thankful you protected their children at risk of your own safety. I know I'd never be able to repay you if they were my kids you protected. I'm glad you have gotten the therapy ball rolling. I wish you and your niece a speedy recovery. That little girl is always going to know how you saved her, and I'm sure you'll always be her aunt, regardless of whether you stay in your marriage or not. I'm so proud of you. OP said, they're good people. His message was really soothing to read because I still feel guilty about how badly she was hurt from that initial bite. But she's...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And she did everything she could, though.
Yeah. And she said, but she's home now, and I'm glad. I don't know about how it works with children and therapy because she's still young, but I hope they get her some. And then OP was commenting on their support system, and she said, I have a decent support system, though my family aren't close, but they've been messaging and video chatting me a lot. Hours-long group chats. I think my mom has been trying not to give too much of her opinion on my relationship, though. She was more she was more concentrating on making sure I knew how to clean my wound and finding counseling, etc. She's a former nurse. And then final commenter, it was a funny comment, commenting on when she was talking about how he argued and didn't want to leave the house. Of course he didn't. There are dogs outside.
Oh, no.
I thought that was funny.
Oh, man.
That was the last one. Anyway.
Yeah.
Wild
That's
story.
Crazy. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Those were some wild stories.
Yeah, they were.
Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, let us know how we're doing. Let us know what types of stories you want to hear. We'd love to hear your feedback. See you next time.
Later.